Welcome to this installation video. We are using ArcoNet. Two kernels to choose from, right? And the choice is, the first line is Intel and AMD. NVIDIA, if you got it, so NVIDIA graphical card, of course. And if none of those work, it's gonna be safe graphics. Now, somebody answered on Telegram, I can't boot with any of these, right? I always explained that if you have, there's two things to do, either an E or a tab, and you can go change this. You can add more things to it. So in the end, so if you look at your keyboard and you use the keyboard button End, we're here, and I can type, Eric. Now that one would do, right? But there is something like epic and no epic and stuff like that. So there's so much hardware out there, and basically you're telling the kernel, right? It says in the beginning, Linux, Arch, boot, x86, 64, VM, Linux. You tell the Linux to not use epic. Go and look what it is, Arch wiki kernels or boot kernels. And maybe I should show you that. So let's go for it. Brave. Brave is something else, right? It's something else. This is not necessary. Can remove this, remove that, remove this. So Arch wiki kernel boot parameters. You can tell the system to do something with your, let's see what this is. Is this the page, right? So we have the quiet and the splash thing. We've seen that. Quiet splash, quiet splash. There is somewhere no mode set probably. Grub legacy, quiet splash, still that. And there is logo, no logo, debug things in here. And here we have some information, right? Panic, resume, and no mode set. Finally find it. Disable kernel mode setting. And then you follow that link and you go read. What is interesting is this one. The list of kernel parameters with further explanation and grouped by similar options is a PDF. And there it is. So it's a page from, I think, somewhere, an extract. It says chapter 09, 12437 at the top. And page 5 is actually interesting. So this is repeated. Net console, debug, quiet, early print K. Log level, where is no mode set? No, it's not there. But this is sometimes what you see in help forums, right? Where people say, if there's a problem, interrupts are a complex aspect of kernel behavior. The boot time options deal mostly with the interface between the kernel and the hardware, right? A kernel can't be 100% perfect for your hardware. So there's bound to be some messages in your boot up where it says, can't find this, a problem there, but as long as you boot, it's fine. But here's some more things you can type, literally type, epic equals quiet verbose debug, no epic, do not use it, prevent the kernel from using any of the IO APICs that might be present in the system. Read a little bit more what it's all about. But basically, if you figured out what you need to type extra, you're good to go, right? So there are probably more websites like these. So this is the link from Arch. I do remember a Gentoo page, which is always hard to find again. So I didn't find it, but it's the internet is big, right? And you bookmark these pages for later. Say, okay, what was it again? Keep track of it. So you can type things in here. That's something you need to figure out for anything Linux, because you have your personal hardware, and that's always the thing I say. Next time around, you first Google or DuckDuckGo, right, to see if it's compatible with Linux. If it is, then you buy it. Not if it's compatible with Windows. No, first, is it compatible with Linux? And it's no issue there, then good, right? Spend your money, and otherwise don't give the money to companies that don't support Linux in an easy way, right? If you have too much frustration to get things going, right, that's no fun. So, okay, we've talked about that. And what we're going to do is go for DK. That's a choice, the next choice in line. We're going down the list of installations, and each time we tell you something different in all the installations. And yes, you know where we should go. YouTube, our YouTube channel. In the YouTube channel, you have a search, not the search from YouTube. You search on our channel, and there you will find all the installation, well, a playlist of all the installations, and each installation is something different, covers something different, and different choices, of course. First line, Intel and AMD. Second line, NVIDIA. Third line, you don't know what it is, right? No, none of it works. Then you use no mode set. So like I said, you can, maybe I'll do it again. Let me do this again. There's something I'd like to include in the video as well. If you have this as choice, if you say I'm gonna go for NVIDIA, open it up, right? There is text to be changed. There is in here, let's go and type end, well, press the button end. In here it says blacklist, but it says no mode set, 0. Mode set 1 for Radeon, and nouveau mode set, right? You can change these little things, it's a very little change, and see, does that work now for your computer? Is changing 0 to 1 and then pressing, look at the bottom, press Ctrl X or F10 to boot, okay? Will this work for you? Changing this 0 to 1 or true to false, false to true in this case, right? Is this better for my personal computer? That's something you need to figure out. So it's an easy fix sometimes, just a 1 and a 0 and a 1, see what happens and try to boot up. Now we're gonna install DK. I'd like to talk a little about history as well. But first we boot into ArcoNet, right? This is the last ISO of ArcoNet. Actually, this is the one for July already. Nothing changed, not really, just updating kernels and all that. And then it's a choice, either it's the offline installation or the online installation. And only with the online installation you can get all the desktops you want. Just put on Deeping Online. Deeping was sick again, we could not exit. Such is life. It's coming from Arch, and Arch is getting it from Deeping. Nothing to do with ArcoLinux. So we're gonna go for an online, otherwise it's what you see is what you get. Here it is, the summary. We're gonna go for advanced installation online, but maybe let's include another video about clean slate things, right? If you install something, Windows, Mac and Linux alike, it is a super good tip, super interesting, to start with a clean slate. And I'm gonna show you that clicking this, putting in the garbage can, clicking this, garbage can, clicking that, garbage can, execute, apply, this is the clean slate, right? And I'll add one more thing that I haven't added in the previous video, create partition table. MS-DOS, or where are you? UEFI, GPT. So this is the ultimate action. Erase everything on the entire disk, but tell it already, hey, you're a new machine, right? GPT, UEFI, and the other one is MS-DOS or BIOS. So old computers, new computer, okay? Apply. And now it's really clean slate. So those are the actions you can do to start afresh. There's a problem, there's a virus, whatever it is, right? Get rid of it. And now Calamares, of course, sees a beautiful cleaned out hard disk, and you'll see in the graphics it's black or gray, right? Choose the language. It's going to be DK. DK is a tiling window manager, so really doesn't matter because there is no translation for it. And kernels, we have 2 kernels. That's enough. You can decide maybe to install Intel Ucode, Arch, Wiki, Microcode. See what it's all about. Decide if you want it. Video drivers are not installed, so if you want this extra for whatever reason, if you think that's going to help your case, but don't in the beginning, don't, right? See if it just works like that, and then gradually say, okay, on that laptop I need this, on this PC I need that. You need to figure that out. We have already SDM, so no problemo. And the next one down the list, we've made videos about ArcoLinux or ArcoNet, and then a desktop. We're at this one, and we have a long way to go. Like I said, every installation video covers something else, something different. So we have a choice. We have a lot of packages, puzzles, pieces of the puzzle, always say, right? You choose to have this, you choose to have that, and it's up to you maybe to decide, I'm going to get rid of this and that and that and that, but that's for later, right? That's really for later. See if it works like this. This is the Wayland stuff. Don't do it in VirtualBox, do it in real metal. Our stuff. And this is stuff from third party. All we do is build the package from the AOR, put it on the repo. We're not responsible for all of this to work, right? We're not. So it's still the developer for Kitty and the developer for anything in here. That's the end responsible. We can always try to help, but we're not fixing apps. This is ArcoLinux Dev, so what we kind of need when we want to record stuff or something like that. That's the time, and here we are with the keyboard. Choose wisely here. Test it if you think you need to do something. Right. Next. And this is the black thing, right? The gray thing. Free space. It's not partitioned. There is nothing there. This is clean slate. And then we go for a choice. One of the choices that would be my first choice, ext4, and then some of these guys, any of these guys. I've done this one, that one. I don't think I've done this one. So voila, I'll just choose something. And it's up to you to decide what you're gonna use. And off we go. Names, passwords, login automatically in the same password to keep it simple. Next, install now, and off you go. Now this is an online installation, and we skipped all the bits of the internet. Make sure you've got internet, LAN cable, wireless. That's the first thing. Then go and launch Calamaris. We've added something inside the application here to check if everything is okay, if you're connected basically to the internet, so that packages can be installed and can be downloaded. Updating Arch mirrors is maybe something you need to do. Normally it's okay. And what do I mean by that? With Ctrl-Alt-T, if he likes to do his work here, or otherwise we'll go to Alacrity or XFC, for example. The N mirror list, that's the easiest way to remember. Stuff, packages are on mirrors. Mirrors are servers that are mirrored. Each thing is the same, it's the exact same package or amount of packages, etc. Right? That's the mirror list. And in the mirror list we have this. These guys are the best guys out there, best servers. But, right, the world is a big place. So if you're living in Australia, I'm not sure if this is gonna be still the best server. We know it's pretty good, right? So Japan and North America both got as a result that Osbeck is the best one. So pretty sure this is okay, but even so it's not okay. Fine, you click the button, right? Update Arch mirrors is gonna launch an application, Reflector, and is gonna ask, hey, what are the best servers around? And it changed. So the packages are no longer coming from the lines you saw, but as you see, Osbeck won again. So it is still coming from the same server, but it could be different. As you see, line number 2 is from France. This one, I don't know really what country, Austria, here, WS, not sure, Germany, right? So these things are important. Where are packages coming from? The packages are coming from somewhere in the world. So the servers matter. And certainly it matters if you're going online. Online means let's get DK. And there was a lot of packages that need to be downloaded and later on installed. So the speed of the internet, the stability of the internet, it all matters. How fast is your computer? Is it a dual core, a quad core, right? i5, i7, i9. So yeah, it all matters for your experience on the other end of the world and installing ArcoLinux. How fast is everything installed? So many factors. Let's wait for the installation to finish. So when you reach more or less percentage 60, we're gonna update your system. That takes a while, right? It feels like everything is frozen. No, it's first of all downloading everything, then updating everything, which means installing all of it, and all of this, well, there's no communication basically. It just says next slide, next slide, next slide, because of this. This is the next slide each time, right? That's all it shows. But yes, it's busy. It's super busy. So, well, waiting for an update. And the longer, the older the ISO is, the more you need to download, the more you need to install. So the longer the installation. So the more recent ISOs, this one was, let's have a look, Control T, ISO. This one was built on June the 10th, and we're now here the 16th, right? 6 days of updates, which is nothing. Well, it's Arch, right? It's not nothing, it's megabytes. But a month's worth is maybe 1 gigabyte. 3 months is maybe 3 gigabytes, right? More or less, to keep it simple. So yes, it will take a while to update. Wait for it, and the number means 0 or squat, right? Nothing. It really means nothing. He's busy. He's doing his updates, and later on you'll see it. All right, pausing again. And here's your code. It's still 60%, but no, yeah, here he is. He's done all that. So the update here, SU, and then suddenly everything comes up, and you see a lot of information about updates going from 6.8.2, 6.8.6, and on it goes, right? It's all information about updating, installing, upgrading, and voila, we're at 71% already. It's going to remove stuff that you don't need anymore. Anything related to calamares needs to go, and that's basically this list here, minus, 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 and off it goes installing all the rest. We're almost at the end of the installation, so we can go for a reboot. Let's pause a little bit. There we are. Let's reboot. So DK, choose your kernel to boot up with, remove the one you don't want, maybe, or just keep the two of them, doesn't matter, it's your choice. Well, it does matter, but it is your choice. And then we got SDM. We're not out to login because, hey, this is a special kind of thing. This is DK, right? It's tiling window manager. Stop this, quit, maybe screen resolution. We can do this one. So it's easy for us to set it, which means let's do this, set it, save it as, often I just type my name, Eric, quit and quit. So super Q and super C, and it's all working. I still need to set my keyboard, I think. I don't know. Let's see, Control T, Azerty. No, very good. Azerty is set. So let's kill the conky. Super C was that. And then we have a menu up here. We have change background. That would be a good idea to change it. Here's variety for you, network manager. There is the sound. Sound is for me, Control Alt U. U is the Pavo control, and you set things here. And then of course Super Q or Super Shift Q to kill it again. Firefox, there's Discord, the terminal, and burning ISOs, USB image writer, and desktops, a lot of desktops. Now if you want to learn about DK, Super X of course is there as well. To log out, cancel, you can change Super X, which is just a few clicks away to something surfing. Let's take surfing, save changes, escape, super X. We got this now, right? Just a design. DK is coming from a person that I actually know from the past, from my Linux past, right? So ArcoLinux DK wiki should be the first thing to do, but is there something? There is this link, and there is this link, and there is a link from me, right? So DK ArcoLinux, it's from Nate, Bitbucket Nate Maya DK, a tiling window manager in the vein of. Okay, and then you go read. Is there any information available? Is there anything I can learn from here? 2, is there anything I can learn from arcolinxd.com? Because we are talking about desktops here all the time. This is a tiling window manager, so it's gonna be in here. This is the link, right? That's this link. The information needs to come from Nate. He's the developer. And I've made some videos, not much, right? 6 videos. For me, this is enough to understand basically and work with DK, but there might be other issues. You think, I would like to do this and that. Don't think it's any different than another tiling window manager. Many things are exactly the same in perspective of workflow. Changing icons and wallpapers and themes is basically more or less the same, right? So thinking out of the box is good. Have a look around. How do other tiling window managers do it? So that's that. And as a bit of history, we have something in common, and that's called Arch Labs. 6 years ago, I started building their ISOs, and at some point in time, we had a fork in the road, so to speak. Went for Arch Merge, and then Arch Merge changed them to ArcoLinux, and the rest is history. Okay, so DK is now also part of one of the choices, also in the ATT. Maybe a good way to tell you that again. Ctrl-Alt-T, ATT is something you can type in most of our, well, ISOs that we provide you. And we have desktop, right? We can choose it to install it later on, anywhere, anything, anywhere. So there you go. This is your DK setup. And well, a small bit of history, but it's more important to look at the future rather than the past. This is DK. Enjoy.